Hello, Too Cool Stamping friends. This is Angie with Too Cool Stamping. I am here with you again this week with a live class, and I'm excited again to show you kind of a part 2 of last week's Christmastime Is Here. I've been working on finishing up my 12 card class that I'm giving away for free to anyone who purchases the Christmastime Is Here product suite bundle. And I have it all finished, all ready to go. And so I'm really excited to show you those cards. I'm going to show you how to create a couple of those cards today. So just as a little review, I guess, let's remind you what comes in the Christmastime Is Here product suite. It is really a phenomenal collection of products. I know you're going to love it. And the thing that I love about today's class is I'm going to show you some ways that you can use the same stamp set in another way, so you don't have to use it for Christmas projects, so you can kind of get some more versatility out of it. It's not just for Christmas. That Christmas rose is really pretty for all kinds of cards, so I'm going to show you that. But first, let's take a look again at the things that you get in the product suite bundle. So first of all, you get a 2-part stamp set, and the one is going to be the outline image of the Christmas rose, and then you have all of the 2-step fill-in colors with the distinctive detailed style and also some sentiment. So that comes with the product suite, and then it also has a coordinating dies that allows you to cut that big focal point out. It gives you a couple of different sizes of labels and in very pretty shapes, and then also some intricate details, that kind of a trellis look for roses, which really coordinates beautifully. You also get a 12 pack of paper, 12 by 12 paper. You get 3 double-sided sheets for each. Let me just show you each different one. So the first one is this one. So you have a lot of beautiful roses. There's gold accents. Hopefully it's picking up that. And then the opposite side is a pretty mossy green pattern. Then you have another Christmas rose. This is the one that you can use that die to cut out the full focal point and use that on cards and projects as well. And then you have a really pretty background with pine cones and pine boughs. And then I really love this. This kind of matches the tufted embossing folder. A really pretty cherry cobbler and gold pattern, and then a fun and whimsical swirly pattern that you can use kind of as an accent piece as well. So you get all those 3 different double-sided sheets for each of those 3. And that's not it. Listen to what else you get in the product bundle. You also get, let me open this up. I have the gold glitter enamel dots. I've been using those, so you can see those. And then also this beautiful gold shimmer ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch. Hopefully maybe I have it too close. Anyway, you get the idea. And then last but not least, a really pretty charm bracelet that has a Stampin' Up! Logo, as well as a little rose logo on the other charm. And then it all comes in this really cute box with the matching paper lid. So that's a fun little giftable item. So all of that comes together in a bundle for $112.50. Or the best part is you can choose to get any of these items a la carte. So if you need more paper, more ribbon, more glitter, enamel dots, you can get all of those things. Now the only catch is it's only good while supplies last, and we don't know how long that's going to be. There's no end date to this promotion. It's just a product suite that's going to be out there until it isn't. So don't miss out. I'm not sure when it's going to sell out, but you need to hurry and get your product suite if you want to have this beautiful collection. Now I'm going to show you some of the things. I'm going to show you the cards from my class really quick, just give you a little peek of what you can make. And by the way, how do you get that free class? Well, let me tell you. If you purchase the full product suite bundle for $112.50, then you'll get a free class kit from me. And that'll be for 12 cards. I'll give you all of the additional products that you'll need in addition to the bundle that you've already purchased to create those cards. You'll get inside layers for your cards. You'll get envelopes. You'll get any pre-cut, pre-die cut pieces, and all the cardstock bases and that type of thing, plus instructions. And you get that all for free, and I'll just send that out to you with free shipping. So you pay nothing. All you need to do is purchase that bundle, but you need to do it through me, and you need to use a specific host code for this promotion. And that host code is, and I'll have it when we point the camera down, I'll have that host code also available then. But the host code is UYQET9FP. UYQET9FP. And that's what you need to use. The easiest way to find my shop is to go to toocoolstamping.com and click on the Shop Now button at the top of the page. And then when you're done with your shopping, in the shopping bag, that's where you add that host code, and that will get you the free 12-card class. Now, also a reminder, the kit or the bundle is $112.50. If you want to add additional items to your order and you get up above $150, please don't use the host code. When you use the host code, it means that you don't get to earn those extra Stampin' Rewards, and I want you to earn those free products. So once you hit $150 on your order, you will start earning Stampin' Reward dollars, starting at 10% of the retail value of your order. So at $150, you'll have $15 that you can spend on anything you want that is currently available, and I want you to make sure you get those bonus products. So don't use the host code if you have a larger order, and you don't need to worry. I'll make sure that I keep track of those people that have the larger orders, and I'll automatically send you a free class kit, no problem. So I'm going to be sending out the first round of class kits starting today. So if you've already placed an order for the bundle, then you can expect to receive your class kit in just a couple of days. I send it priority mail, so it should get there quickly. So last week I did a couple of cards, and those are included in the 12-card kit. So just as a reminder, this was the first card, and I'm sorry everything's backwards, but it's kind of fun just to take a look at the cards that we are going to have in the kits. And this was the other one that we did with some gold embossing and the two-step stamping. And then yesterday on my blog, I've featured this really pretty one with the soft sea foam and gold embossing, and another gold embossing one with that beautiful roses paper in the background. I love that you can use that one of the designer series papers and hand cut some floral pieces for a focal point. So that's another one. This one has some subtle stamping in the background and just a couple of strips of designer series paper. Again, these are all the cards that I'll be giving you in the 12-card free class. This one is not a whole lot of stamping, just that focal point die cut and some of those beautiful ribbon and glitter accents. This one uses Stampin' Blends markers to color that beautiful outline image. Another one with just highlighting that beautiful paper and some of the trellis gold foil accents. And then this one is so pretty. It's just a one-layer card, and so all it is stamping, and it uses that beautiful two-step stamping technique in kind of a lighter stamped off version. So those are the 10 cards, and then I'm going to share with you the last 2 cards from the class today. I'm actually going to make an alternative version and then show you what the class card looks like after the alternative versions are done. Okay, I'm gonna turn you guys down and to the desk, and we can get started with our project making for today. Hold on. All right. Get you guys all set up here. Here's the information about the free class, and I also just wrote down the host code a little bit larger because it was kind of hard to see on this. So that's a good reference for you. Let me give you the product bundle, the item number for that. It's 153947. 153947. That's going to give you all of the pieces, the stamps, the framelits, or the they're just called dies now, the glitter enamel dots, the bracelet, the ribbon, and the beautiful paper. All that comes in the sweet bundle for $112.50. 153947. Okay, let's get started with today's projects. So the first one we're going to do is a little birthday card. Actually, they're both birthday cards. We're starting out with some Poppy Parade cardstock, and then we're just going to fold that in half. Next, I'm going to bring my piercing mat over here. I'm going to stick it underneath my work surface paper. That's going to give me a little extra cushion because I'm going to be working with, actually the first one I'm working with is the cling mount. Remember, the interesting part of this stamp set is that it has two different styles of stamps. The outline image is in the cling mount, and then all of the rest of the two stamp images are in photopolymer so that you can see where you're stamping. So I love that. So we're going to start with a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of Whisper White. We're going to use that outline image, and then we're going to use the soft sea foam ink. We'll tap that on. Notice that I'm doing this upside down. When you have a larger stamp like this, I just like to hold, there's a little grip on the side here to hold the ink pad, and I just like to tap it onto the large image. And I probably shouldn't have closed that because I'm going to use it again. But I'm going to stamp the first one over here on one corner. And then we'll ink it up once more. And we'll stamp another one in this corner. All right. So there is our background. And this is kind of an odd, it wasn't a color combination that I really had ever really thought of before, but soft sea foam and Poppy Parade. Before I put that on, I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to put a ribbon on there, some of the polka dot tulle ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's so versatile. It goes with so many things and adds a little bit of texture and whimsy to just about any project that you're doing. And it's white, so it's going to match everything. So I was thinking that we had the striped Poppy Parade ribbon, but that's been retired and I forgot about that. So we're going to use this beautiful polka dot tulle. Trim that off. And then I'm just going to put this clear over to the side. All right, and then we'll add this background onto our Poppy Parade card base. So I'm just adding a little bit of snail. And there is our background. All right, next I went to the beautiful roses paper and I actually did some hand cutting. So I love that there is a die cut that you can use for that larger focal point from the other pattern of paper. But there's also some beautiful roses here, and if you want a card that has just an instant image on it, you can use your paper snips and hand cut some little flowers right from that paper. So I hand cut 3 flowers. And the thing about hand cutting is, I don't know if you can see very well, but there's some little edges here that are white, and that bothers me. I don't like that. I like it to look a little prettier because sometimes my hand gets a little shaky and I don't cut as well as I would like. And so I'm actually going to use a light cherry cobbler Stampin' Blends, and just go right around the edge and cover up all that white. It adds a little bit more shading. But this is a little trick that you can do just to kind of make your cuts look a little bit more better. So I just add a little bit there, all the way around. And you can see now all of that white edging is gone. So I'm gonna do that again with the Mossy Meadow. I'm gonna use the light Mossy Meadow to go around the leaves. And you just barely want to touch it because it does bleed into it. So just barely touch it and get rid of all of that, those white marks. Just takes a moment, a little bit of cleanup. And then we'll finish up with the light Poppy Parade marker around the last one. So I'm going to use these as kind of my focal point accents. So now these are all ready to go. I'm going to set those aside for a second. I already cut out a Whisper White label. Remember, this is from the framelits that you get with the set. So I love that shape. It's so pretty, it's so decorative. We're going to add a little sentiment to it. And the sentiment I chose is from the Beautiful Friendship set. So we're going to use I love our beautiful friendship. Oh, it's not a birthday. I guess it's a friendship card. I was thinking I picked a birthday sentiment. And I'm going, whoops, let me get a little more ink. This is Cherry Cobbler. So I'm kind of using the same color combination as the Christmas colors, but I'm using it for a different type, a different occasion card. So there's our beautiful friendship. And let's put together a little background. So first I have, now I forget what it was. I forgot to write down the measurements. I'm gonna have to give those to you in the descriptions because I know they're a little bit off. It's like 2 3/8 and 3 5/8, I think. And 2 1/2 and 3 3/4. Pretty sure that's right. And I'm just going to add this, and this checked paper is just from the Brights pack of designer series paper, and then we're just putting it on a little strip of the soft sea foam, and then we're going to add that to another Poppy Parade. And this one is, I can't remember. I think it's 2 3/4 by 4. Again, I'm going to put the measurements on the post after I'm done, or in the description. That way you can know for sure. I'll also be blogging about it today on toocoolstamping.com. All right, so this is going to be our little backdrop. So we're not going to see all of those, the background there that we stamped, but just a little bit peeking out. I love that. It adds a little bit of depth and texture. So I'm going to add that with some dimensionals. Since we have a ribbon there, I want to kind of pop it up over that texture. I guess it doesn't matter which side it's on. All right. So put that right here, center that up. And then we'll finish it with our pretty sentiment. We're going to pop that up as well. We'll center that on there. I love how that shape looks against the gingham. Really, really pretty. And then we're just going to add these at the bottom. And I'm just gonna add those with snail. We don't want it to get too high because we wanna be able to nail it. So I'm just gonna put one here and then another one over on this side. All right, we'll fix this up a little bit so it's not in the way. And one last thing, you know what we need, a little bit of bling. And so I got some, what did I do with it? Here it is. Some of the basic adhesive back sequins in the soft sea foam. And I'm gonna add a couple of those on here as well. Let's see, maybe just right here, maybe just two. All right, what do you think about that? I love our beautiful friendship. So it's just another way that you can use the Christmastime Is Here suite of products to kind of get a whole different feel. You can get a whole different occasion out of it. Now this is very similar to one of the cards from the class that I am offering. And for this one, I started with the early espresso card base. I stamped in crumb cake for the background and then added some of the gold shimmer ribbon. The background has that beautiful cherry cobbler pattern from the Christmastime Is Here designer series paper. It's layered onto Whisper White and then again onto the early espresso. And then I used one of the sentiments in crumb cake, cut out some of the flowers. This was just one piece. I didn't even have to do any layering. And then just added one little glitter dot. So that is what you'll be able to make from the 12 card kit that I'm sending out for free when you purchase the bundle. So there's our first pair of cards. Tell me what you think. Tell me which one you like the best. Tell me if you liked how I made it into a different card, a different occasion. All right, we're gonna do the same kind of thing with the next card. And this one is going to start with the Mint Macaron. It's a vertical card, so it's 4 1/4 by 11, and we scored it right in the middle at 5 1/2. So there is our card base. We're going to add a piece of the To Gather designer series paper. I love this plaid. Again, it's just such a beautiful gingham, and this is another way that you can kind of stretch the use of your fall pattern paper on different projects that are throughout the year. So I'm just going to add that right down the center. Let me get on top of it a little better so I can line it up. All right, so there's the first piece, and then we have another little piece from the same oh, and I don't think I told you the measurements. This was 3 by 5 1/2. This one is 4 1/4 by 1. And we're just gonna add that to the bottom of the card base. So right about here, flush with the edge. Then we're gonna add some of the gold ribbon. So again, this is kind of a different color combination. Normally when I'm using Pretty Peacock and Mint Macaron, I'm gonna be kind of like in silver with it, but I thought I would change it up and see how I like the gold, since gold seems to be a really popular color, and that's what we have here in this product suite. And I just wanna get the most I can out of this beautiful ribbon. And I thought it kind of looked nice together. So again, here's our, this is why I did a vertically folded card, so that you can wrap that ribbon all the way around. All right, so there's our background. Now let's make our focal point. So our focal point this time is going to begin with a die cut that is from the Stitch Nested Label dies. It's Whisper White. And we're going to start by adding a sentiment that's pretty in Pretty Peacock, and this is from the Band Together stamp set. So I love these. This is a beautiful stamp set if you want a lot of really good sentiments. I love those. So we'll open this up. Now, a little tip on this, since this is not photopolymer, and I'm almost positive that I put this cling on there a little bit crooked. So what I like to do is I like to stamp on my grid paper and kind of line it up where I think that it would be perfectly aligned by sight. Stamp it and then see how it lines up. And actually is much better than I thought, but I was trying to line it up so that it would be on that line. So it's a little bit higher than I think it's going to be. So it's just something to keep in mind, but it looks like it's straighter than I thought, maybe a little high on this side. It just gives you a little bit of a visual. So I'm gonna put that down here. Let's see, I wanna go a little bit like that. Not too bad. Next, we are going to use the outline of the focal point from Christmastime Is Here. Just cleaning that up real quick since we just had it in a different color. Make sure there's not much color left on there. Okay, we're gonna stamp that in. Now what did I do with it? I don't see my crumb cake. Okay, well I was gonna stamp it in crumb cake and I don't see it right here, so the whole theme of this is stamping off anyway. So we're gonna stamp off once and then we'll stamp onto. I'm gonna take this out so I can get a nice flat surface. So I'm gonna stamp off once. Again, I think in my sample I was going to use crumb cake. Whoops, I didn't get that completely inked up. So let me try it again. Sorry, I think I was wobbling the camera quite a lot there. All right, and I am going to, since we're going to stamp this off, I'm going to put that under just to get it, give it something to stamp on there. All right, there's a stamp off once. And then we're going to stamp that rose right on the top of our label. There we go. So that's really pretty. Now we're going to do some two-step stamping, and we're going to start with Pretty Peacock again. And that rose image. Now I found last week that when I was using a dark color, you can see how dark it is here, and when you're using a lighter color here, it's kind of hard to line up the images because it's kind of hard to see through there. And so one thing that I've noticed is if you stamp off or use a lighter color, you're going to be able to see through your stamp a little easier. Another tip that I would have is that you can use the new cleaner, and for the life of me I can't remember exactly what it's called right now, but it's all about cleaning up your, I'll have to put it down, I can't remember the name of it, but it's for cleaning up your photopolymer stamps. So there's that lighter Pretty Peacock flower, so I'm really liking that. And I did this stamped off technique on a couple of the cards from the class. So I'll show you that at the end so you can see. Next we're going to use, since we're doing mint macaron, I'm going to do the leaves in mint macaron. And this is where you have to, there's several different images here, so I'm not quite sure which ones are going to line up. So I kind of have to look and see where my leaves are. So I have one leaf over here. It must be, now I'm forgetting how it goes. I'm gonna look over here, I'm gonna cheat. Looks like this one, I think I'm missing one. So this is right here, it looks like. Yep. All right, so this is over here. So you can see you have to kind of figure out where you're lining up. That's the trickiest part to this. Again, we're gonna stamp off, and then we're gonna put it right here. I don't think that that was right. For some reason, I'm not getting that accurate. So then we had this other one that kind of goes on this side, so that's going right. I don't know why I'm getting this so completely messed up. So this goes over here. So that's just over on this side. I had this all working so much better in my head, and you're supposed to stamp off. I'm getting flustered. All right, so you get what I mean, but it does take, you need to know exactly where these go. So it does help to have kind of another piece here so that you can kind of help to line it up. That's the trickiest part to this stamp set. All right, and then the next part that we're gonna do are the berries. And so for that, I'm gonna use some Poppy Parade for a little pop of color. And let's see, this one is gonna be that shape. So don't forget to stamp off, otherwise that's gonna be really, really bright. And when you stamp off, it's gonna make it a lot easier to get right inside of those berries. So you can see what I mean there. And you have some berries up here. Again, I can't remember which ones they are. So I'm just gonna add some of those. There we go. And then we're gonna finish up with Early Espresso and the pine cone. Again, don't forget to stamp off. We want that light color. And there's another one over here. This one's great because it goes on every pine cone. And I don't think this is a pine cone at the top, but I'm going to make it into one just to kind of cover that up. All right, so I messed up there because I didn't get my leaves lined up correctly, but you get the idea. And then we're gonna finish up, excuse me, we're gonna add this really pretty sentiment on here. Before we do that, we're gonna take a couple of gold foil corners that we have die cut with the roses die that comes with the set. And you get 2 of those, so that's nice. You can do both of them, run it through at the same time. I'm gonna add those just with some snail on the back. You could use tear and tape if you wanted to. And we're just gonna put a little gold glitz on each side. Whoops, I just put a fingerprint on there. I'm gonna totally have to do that over. That is not going to make me happy. All right, between the not stamping right. So we're gonna add some dimensionals. And I'm just gonna tack this down really with only 2 because I'm gonna do that focal point again. I can't stand it. It's gotta be more perfect than that. We'll add that focal point in, and then we'll finish with some of our glitter enamel dots. And I'm just going to use some of the little ones, and you can just add those throughout. The foliage at the bottom. All right, so there's our different color combination. Not the best execution, I have to admit, but at least I love the colors. I don't know about you, but they're one of my favorite color combinations with the peacock and the mint macaron. And a little bit of that Poppy Parade makes it really pop off of the page too. So there is the alternative version for a birthday. And here is the card that we're making with the class, which looks much better. Again, we use that stamped off technique. So I stamped off in Cherry Cobbler. I used the Mossy Meadow stamped off, Early Espresso stamped off, and the Poppy Parade for the berries stamped off. The sentiment in Full Strength Mossy Meadow comes from that same kit. And then, of course, the Christmastime Is Here Designer Series paper in the background. So I love this one much better because it actually turned out great. I had never made this one before, so sometimes when you're making it on the fly, it just doesn't turn out as well as you thought in your brain, I guess. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, and hopefully this will get you excited about all the different kinds of things that you can make with Christmastime Is Here. There's a lot of versatility in the set that is not just for Christmas. It's such a pretty image that you can use for a lot of wintry types of things. Of course, it has the pine cones in there, but that works for fall, it works for winter, and you can do a lot of thinking of you and birthday and sympathy types of cards with this set as well. All right, everybody, that is our class for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget, when you purchase that Christmastime Is Here bundle, you can get the 12 card Christmastime Is Here Class to Go kit for free. You just need to use that host code. Go to toocoolstamping.com and hit the Shop Now button, or you can go directly to my online store at toocool.stampinup.net. That takes you directly to the store. Either way, you get there, put the host code in, and your bundle number is 153947. Just type that in, and I will send out a card kit as well as instructions. You're going to love it. All right, have a great week, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon. This is Angie with Too Cool Stamping. Bye-bye.